Morning, my name is Danadyaksa and I'm from the opposition side of the motion that this house would decriminalize the victimless crime. So first, let me rebuttal the government's argument about why we should decriminalize the victimless, because it's simply about their problems, about their lives, and why we should did a rehabilitation. But I'm gonna rebuttal that arguments. So first, thank you for the argument, but we still see some flaws of your points, including how treatment and rehabilitation should work. So let's dive in. The first one about bond and economic and government. The people that dive in these criminals such as the drug is mainly caused by not only the economics but also by their parents. So parents can teach them about working like being seller or part-time job that doesn't make society harm. So why the drug dealer or the seller would not do that if parents teach them how life works correctly. So the parents can teach them much better job like being a food seller or being a part-time job that doesn't make society harm. So it's better for the parents to make a contribution more to their child about the job that available in this world besides those drugs, gamblings, and prostitution. The second one is about rehabilitation and treatment. So it's not easy to rehab someone because a person that is already connected with his environment, such as the drug selling, is often addicted to do it again. So after you enter the drug, you will be addicted, including you will be the reseller because it will give you so much money, but it will also cause the harmful cases like the abusive person or some criminals outside, like the killer, like the murderer, or something like that that can harm our society. And it's more and it's more powerful to send them to prison for the laws with, while prison can offer rehabilitation program with complex schedule. So why we don't send them to prison instead, but also doing a same rehabilitation to keep it from the outside world. So prison is a safe place to taught them a lesson, but also keep them from outside world. So there will be no traumas for the people that already contacted with those criminalities. So prison is still a priority because it's treating people who are criminals to understand what they did is something that harmful, and they need a lesson for that. Because in the real world, if you are not entering the prison but also rehabilitating, it will somehow growing up inside yourself again, and you will be the part of criminal again. So it's better to keep you outside the world before the rehabilitation, and after that you will release it from the prison and coming back to your world. So that's for the rebuttal, and now let's continue to our argument. So there's so many criminalities in this world, from the lower rank to highest one. One of the highest criminals is about drug selling, but we heard that government will issue a decriminalization about victimless crime, like the drug or prostitution or gambling, etc. Now, criminals like drug or gambling isn't an easy problem because they have a big connection and each other. Their main behaviors is they try to perish everything that prevents them to make a move. Besides that, this also made some sorry. This also made many cases that can harm our people, and can be a scam, like they advertise themselves as something that can cure illness. Well, this is overwhelming, and our society can broke or destroyed if this continued to happen. So as an opposition team, we still disagree with the governments about decriminalization and these types of criminals, because if we rehab and a person, for example, then there will be other people from the same connection that can make bigger crimes. But let's take this into a deep case reasoning. The first one about criminal and connection. Huge criminal chain like drugs or gambling or scammers have so many backup plans if there are something that prevents them to make bigger crimes. And to deal with that, killing can be happening. So in order to deal with that, we still need to categorize this as something harmful, and for the lesson, we need to send them into a prison to clear their mind about what they did is absolutely serious and can be worse in the future. So drug chain is not only about drugs, but it's also about making move that can perish someone that prevents them, like the cartel did. The second one is about prison and rehabilitation. First of all, prison is always priority, even though it's a victimless crime for now, but it can grow into something concerning in the future. While the crimes is in the prison, we can rehabilitate it. So after sending the prison, and if they still in prison, we can do a rehabilitation program in order to cure their criminality behavior. And why we should do that? Because prison is a safe place for them to not be affected by outside world, so they can clear their mind while rehabilitating to be a better person. The third one is about addiction and results. Now, this can be handled not only for the seller or dealers, but also for the client and users. Now, for example, the prostitution can use drugs to make clients stronger, but can also be abusive. This habit can be continuous even in the outside of the prostitution site. Or like when the users still affected by the drugs or gambling, they can hurt someone on the street or even torturing them and causing more victims and traumas. So we still need to do a lawsuit for this and send them for a punishment, and they will become a better person. So that is the reasoning why we should not decriminalize of those victimless crimes, because they are a huge chain about the drugs, gambling. They have so many people that can make a move if there are something that prevents them from making a big criminals to gain more profits. Let's see the real world case. First, the drug case. So in the Mexico is one of the most biggest drug chain. They have so many drug chain that even military and police already scared of them, and they control this state now. And the second is cartels. Like I said before about the Mexico is already the best place where cartel should live, because cartels already control the whole state, and the people is already afraid of the cartels, that they don't even want to report this into a police, because although they already report to police, the police and the cartel can be a bribery, so the police will accept the cartel to do a more bigger criminals. The third one is about addiction. So in the drug, gambling or prostitution, these types of criminal world can be addicting, and it can change someone's behavior into like be more abusive, or it can change a person to simply torture another person that that simply would not agree to them, who wants a like more drugs and something that addicting them. The fourth one is about broken society. About the society, if we born from a little to adult, they will see lots of criminals happening in their environment, and this can be concerning because this will be create a trauma on our society, and even worse, our society from the little one into the adult one can be also affected with this type of addicting criminals. The last one is about unpaid workers that can result into a death. So in Cambodia, most of the Indonesians working as a gambling dealer, and they often unpaid workers. So simply they just a victim of the hunger, and they can be abused by their company if the gambling sites doesn't meet or doesn't reach their targets. So that's why there are so many people that work into Cambodia are deaf. So that's the argument, and the best one is about we still need to criminalize this kind of criminals, but in the prison we can rehabilitate them into a someone that can behave better, and from that slowly they can release their criminal behavior and becoming a better person. Thank you.